Hello, my brothers. This message is for the 144,000 sealed ones. It's crucial you understand this, as we've reached the end times. We must share our last message clearly. When tribulation starts, now, after the seventh king dies, the eighth comes. Who's from one of the seven? Remember, proceeds means he's a son of one of the seven. It doesn't mean he's one of the seven resurrecting. That's just people's madness. Beware of religious systems and their dogs. They invented the idea that the eighth king will rise from the dead. Listen carefully. The eighth king isn't coming back from the dead. Stop and think. If he's from one of the seven, he's their blood, their offspring. Everyone knows who it is, but no one wants to believe it. Well, the eighth the whole world. So, my friends, I'm here today in a cemetery. Look, I'm rising from the abyss. What does rising from the abyss mean? When John saw our Messiah showed him the beast, the eighth king rising from the abyss. You see, I'm rising from the abyss. Does that mean I'm coming from the dead? Rising from the abyss simply means leaving a cemetery. When our Father showed John on Patmos the vision of the eighth king leaving the abyss, he was just exiting a cemetery. Abyss of the dead. He was rising from the abyss. Look, I'm rising from the abyss now. Does that mean I'm coming from the dead? Don't let evangelical or Protestant churches fool you anymore. I'm rising from the abyss now. See, cemetery, I'm rising. Does that mean I'm coming from the dead? No. Mountains, find a place for your family, friends, and our brothers. Well, they won't believe us today. They're totally out of their minds. Our brothers are completely lost. What do you need to do? Go to the mountains, start planting seeds. Scatter them and let our Father's rain, His heavenly blessing, make them grow and bear fruit. So when it's time to flee to the mountains, we'll have food ready. Listen carefully. After the seventh king dies, none of the 144,000 sealed can preach in big cities. Not one. Our Father clearly said on that day, all 144,000 sealed must go to the mountains and call those who want to come. No one can preach in the major cities, anywhere in the world. You must leave the big cities for Amos's prophecy to be fulfilled. They'll search everywhere for the word, but won't find it. Our Father's and Messiah's words won't be in the city anymore. When you're on the mountain, they won't come. They just won't. Very few will go to the mountains, hardly any. What must you do, my brothers? You need to start preparing now. If you're unsure if you're one of the 144,000 sealed, it's easy to understand. First, if you've had no contact with religion, our Father clearly states, the 144,000 are virgins. What does virgin mean? It means no relationship with women or religions. Evangelical, Spiritist, Buddhism, Islam, all these religions. If you're a man who's never been religious, you're still pure inside, you haven't lost your innocence yet. That's why our Messiah clearly states, the 144,000 sealed didn't defile themselves with women. Well, from the moment we're baptized, we die and are born again. From that moment, we're baptized in the Messiah's blood. Not in water. No, it's not in water. No. When we're baptized in the Messiah's blood, He cleanses us inside and we become new men. Maybe, I'm not sure, some men who left religious systems could be the 144,000 sealed. But that depends on you. If you want to know if you're one of the 144,000 sealed or not, it's simple. Take seeds and go to places near your city, but far from big cities and centers. Go to the mountains, buy seeds, and scatter them on the land. Let our Father pour out heaven's blessing, rain to make these seeds sprout and grow fruit, so when we flee there, we'll have food to eat. How do you discover if you're one of the 144,000 sealed ones? Our Father clearly said when you're on the mountain sowing seeds, preparing for the seventh king's fall, you'll call our brothers there. It could be tomorrow, next week, or next month. While sowing seeds, our Father will give you a sign to confirm if you're chosen or not. Listen carefully. Purify yourselves from religious systems. Uproot what you've seen. Break free from it. Go to the mountains and start sowing seeds. Our Father clearly stated that only the 144,000 sealed will hear a heavenly song. This music will come from above. When you hear this heavenly sound, stay calm. Don't worry. You'll know you're one of the 144,000 sealed. It's simple, not hard to grasp. Just be humble and understand. You're sowing seeds on the mountain, preparing. You believe in the Messiah and His Word. If you don't go to the mountains, you don't truly believe and aren't worthy. He clearly said our Father would prepare a place for us to escape in the end times. Well, many people in evangelical and Catholic systems, these hellish systems, children of the devil, say they'll go to the mountains, sit down, grab a glass of water and say, "Oh, Father, the water's hot, send me some ice." Our Father already... This happened with Moses. Pay close attention. What happened to Moses back then will happen again now. Many lazy people will show up in the mountains wanting to take advantage of each other, but their days are numbered. Our Father's patience has run out for this. Either everyone goes to the mountains, humble and loving their brothers, doing good to one another, or they're out. Because on that day He made it clear, many will be there on the mountain. Many. It's not just us, not just our brothers. There'll be pastors and priests there too, because they'll flee there. On that day, the prophecy will be fulfilled. They'll see the true believers who love our Father in spirit and truth rise up while they remain. And they'll say, "Lord, I taught your word, spread it, spoke of you, did everything. I even clapped to teach others to clap." Our Father, our Messiah, will reply, "Depart from me, you wicked ones. You've done evil, depart from me. You didn't teach the truth." Today's leaders only care about money and luxury. They're so misguided. They don't want you to know when the Messiah will come. The original scriptures reveal it, but they keep it hidden. If you knew the day of His return, their cash flow would end. It's clearly written in the scriptures, very clear. Listen carefully, brothers. When our Father sent our Messiah, He lived, broke bread, and taught us all. He is the bread and blood of life. Just before dying on the cross, He spoke some important words. Pay close attention. It's in the scriptures. I'll show you. But this religious system, Catholic, evangelical, they're so devilish, they won't let you read it. They completely avoid this passage. Our Messiah on the cross clearly said, "In 2 days I will return. I will ascend to the Father. In 2 days I will return. I'll go to the Father to judge the guilty, then return in 2 days." It's clearly written. He'll resurrect the dead torn apart by lions, by the religious system of the time. They beheaded many of our brothers, cut them up, killed them, burned them, did everything to our brothers. These were shattered. Our Father clearly says, "I'll ascend to heaven, return in 2 days, and make them all rise from the dust, reborn anew." After 2 days, everyone ascends. First the dead resurrect and rise, then the living on the mountain. The wicked will be among you, making your lives hell. I'm warning you now, when tribulation starts, they'll have no jets, no money, no working cars, no gas, no food. They'll tuck tail and flee to the mountains, mark my words. Our Father said it clearly. Woe to those who make the little ones stumble.
Now stop and think. How many have stumbled because of this religious system? Many people have already died. They died in the system, buried, thinking they're saved. Imagine when these men are resurrected. After the millennium, remember, only the saved will rise. The unsaved dead will resurrect later for judgment. After the millennium, the saved rise now, the dead after the millennium. Picture them rising after the millennium for judgment, seeing their pastor, priests all in the same line. Then what? Our Messiah will say this: "You chose to believe in man rather than in my scriptures. Instead of reading the scriptures and feeding on the bread of life, which is the Messiah, his bread and blood, you chose to applaud in churches, in temples of spiritual prostitution. You chose to wander around handing out leaflets to deceive more brothers, luring them to their church, not our messiahs, not our fathers, to bring them money. You kept distributing their leaflets, doing their bidding. They said, 'Oh, those poor, miserable souls there are with the devil.' But it's the opposite. You who have everything are with the devil, while the poor are with God, our Father, our Messiah. The kingdom of heaven wasn't made for the rich, but for the poor, for they know pain, suffering, and sin. Only the poor recognize sin. Only the poor know pain and suffering. Sadly, many poor are fooled by the once poor rich. They build churches, get rich, and exploit the innocent poor. As gods of their churches, each pastor becomes a deity. They mock Catholic idols, but their gods aren't stone. They're flesh and blood, so-called pastors who aren't true shepherds. They're just there to exploit people. You will wake up. It's clearly written in Scripture. Listen closely, brothers. The day our Father sent our Messiah, after living, he broke bread and taught us all. He is the bread and blood of life. Just before dying on the cross, he said something important. Listen, it's in Scripture. I'll show you. But these devilish religious systems hide it from you. They avoid this passage completely. Our Messiah on the cross clearly said, "In 2 days I'll return." He said, "I'll go to the Father. In 2 days I'll be back." He'd ascend, judge the guilty, and return in 2 days. It's clearly written, he'll resurrect those killed by lions and the religious system. They beheaded, tortured, and burned our brothers. They did everything to them. Our Father states clearly, "I'll ascend to heaven, return in 2 days, and raise them all from the dust to live again." So after these 2 days, everyone goes up, starting with the dead rising. Then the living on the mountain, and the dogs will be there among you, wreaking havoc in your lives. I'm warning you well in advance, because when the tribulation starts, the dogs won't have their jets to travel. They won't have money or cars. There will be no gasoline. There will be nothing. There will be food, but they will tuck their tails and flee to the mountains. But remember, our Father made it very clear, woe to those who cause one of the little ones to stumble. Think about this religious system. How many have stumbled? Many have perished within it, buried there, thinking they were safe. And imagine what will happen when these men are resurrected. only after the millennium. Don't forget, during the millennium, only the saved rise while the Messiah is here. The unsaved will only resurrect for judgment after the millennium. Now picture when these men rise after the millennium for judgment and see their pastors all in line, every pastor and priest together. What then? Our Messiah is going to say this: you chose to believe in man over my scriptures. You should have read the word, fed on the bread of life, the Messiah's body and blood. Instead, you clapped in churches, those dens of sin. You handed out flyers luring folks to their false churches, not our Messiahs or fathers. You helped them make money, gave out leaflets. They've done it all. They said, oh, those poor, miserable souls there are with the devil. But it's the opposite. You who have everything are with the devil. The poor are with God, our Father, our Messiah. The kingdom of heaven wasn't made for the rich, but for the poor. The poor know pain, suffering, and sin. Only the poor recognize sin, pain, and suffering. Sadly, many poor are deceived by formerly poor people who build churches, become millionaires, and exploit the innocent poor. As they're the gods of their churches, each pastor is a god in their church. They criticize the Catholic system with its clay statues, but in their evangelical system, their gods aren't stone. They're these so-called pastors who are only there to exploit people.